Welcome back to Spank and Jake.
Welcome back. I'm going to jump on a train. I'm going to successfully jump on a train. Listen to it.
What was I talking about? I was talking about me and video games.
No!
You fuck. Okay, you know what?
I did it!
It worked out.
Turn around. There we go.
Alright, so me and Sega and you and Nintendo.
Nintendo. Sega.
Bruh.
What?
But anyway.
Low tunnel had jumped to the other train.
So
That's what he says.
Sonic,
he says jump to the next
Sonic
train.
and Sega games.
I made it.
Were both kind of my biggest influence at the time. Like I played Mortal Kombat. Actually, you know what's interesting? I played a lot of arcade stuff. And
oh, this is scaring the shit out of me.
Ended up playing Nintendo games. Just through people I knew. But so I played a lot of video games as a kid, but I played a lot of video games like towards my teenage years. Like once I started becoming a teenager.
Oh god.
What?
They stopped the train.
So Spanky.
What?
You're having trouble focusing again?
Yeah, because when intense moments happen,
This whole game is just... Did you just fall?
No, there was an explosion behind me.
So you fell?
Yeah, because it shook everything, brah. Get with the picture.
Well, I asked you if you fell. You said no.
I said yeah.
No, you said no. An explosion happened behind me.
Oh.
So I was like, so you fell.
I'm sorry. I think we just finished the chapter. Yeah, we did.
Okay.
Look at that.
So now you can pay attention to what I have to say.
Yay, and ignore plot.
Well, I mean, it's okay. You can just like brief me on it while everyone else reads. Anyway, shoot, what was I saying? Oh yeah, so when I was a kid, I played a lot of Sega because my brother had a Genesis. And actually, so before I start talking about my teenage years or towards my teenage years, once I got older, once I was an older kid, my first system was a Super Nintendo, and my dad bought it for me. And I remember my games were I had a wrestling game for the Super Nintendo. I don't remember what it was called, but this looks interesting. You're gonna have to tell me in a second what's happening, but
I can tell you right now. Celeste wants Faith to lay low.
I mean, cool. I was
Faith
talking and stuff, but cool.
Yeah, hold on. Celeste wants Faith to lay low, and Faith is just like, I can't do that. This is the type of life we have and all the things we went through. We can't afford to have that life.
Yeah. Okay. So, as I was saying, sorry, Faith. My problems are bigger than yours.
Kinda. And now they're talking about how they met Merc, the guy in the earpiece.
You didn't hear me, did you?
No, I didn't.
Anyway, gotcha.
I'm listening to you now.
All right.
And now he's not gonna fucking say
so that train of thought's gone. Thanks, Spanky. There it goes. But anyway, all right. So when I was a kid, I got a Super Nintendo. I had a few games, and my brother, I mean, like the good brother he was, ended up pretty much taking over my Super Nintendo, buying games for himself, and pretty much allowing me to play it when he felt like it.
You know how older siblings take superiority over things?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've had that too.
Fuck that shit, dude. But anyway, so I got older. Eventually, I think when I was a early teenager, it was actually an interesting. My second system that I ever really owned for myself was a PlayStation 2. But before that, I played a lot of. I played pretty much most systems up until that generation. Like I played PlayStation. I played. We got a 64 for one of my Christmases. And we played a lot of 64 games because my stepdad's brother bought like a ton of video games.
Really?
Ton of it, yeah. So we always had like a lot of 64 games to play, even before we had our own. But so that's when I started getting into like Ocarina of Time kind of stuff, you know. And we played a lot of that. He also had a PlayStation, so I played PlayStation. He also had a Sega Saturn, so we played Sega Saturn. We played so many different like game systems, like growing up before I was even a teenager. But anyway, so when I was around 13, 14, my dad got me a PS2. So my dad got me the two systems that I owned for myself, and up until that point. And you might be thinking, dang, like your dad was cool.
Yeah.
My dad wasn't cool. No.
Well then,
Because okay, I'll tell a mini dark story. The circumstances that got me the PS2 was guilt and shame.
really?
Was his guilt and shame. I at least hope he felt guilt and or shame, because
It's gonna take like a
here's what
really dark
happened.
turn, isn't it?
Well, okay, here's what happened. When I was a kid, or when I was early teenager, around, I really wanted a PS2. My brother had a PS2. He always hogged his own games. I never really had my own stuff. Like up to that point, I was always relying on other people's stuff to play or playing older games. So I really didn't have. I wasn't up. I wasn't with it, as they say. This doesn't look like a good situation.
This doesn't look like I'm going the right direction anyway.
But yeah, I was I really wanted one, so I asked him for one, right? And just also, like, real quick, like, my mom and dad have been separated forever since I can remember, really. So his house isn't her house, just so that's clear. So I was visiting him whenever we were doing this. So he was like, all right, fine, like I can't afford it now, but I'll get it for you eventually. Like after this next check comes in, I'll get it for you. And he made like a decent amount of money because he works offshore. And
Was he one of those like just wait? Like, did he constantly tell you?
Here's what happened. So he worked offshore, and if you live in the South, you make a decent amount of money from it. I mean, not a like spectacular amount of money, but you make a good living from it. You can make a good living. And he was an offshore welder, so he made a decent living from it. But I don't know what he does now, of course.
Section
But
3 and 4.
oh,
Yep.
no, not 9 3/4.
Nope.
But anyway, Harry Potter reference. But he promised me one, right? He was like, yeah, I'm gonna get you one. I just can't get you one until next check comes in. And I was like, all right, cool. And he was like, hey, I'm getting you this until, like, just to like buy
Hold you off?
yeah, hold you off. Like, and that thing was, okay, do you remember like the little plug and play Dragon Ball Z game?
Yeah.
He got me that, and he got me like an Atari one, so it had some Atari games. I was like, all right, cool. I could play the little old school Atari games and the Dragon Ball Z game that I got until, like, his next check comes in. Dang. Anyway, so, but before that happened, there was a time where he got pretty drunk, as he often did, because alcoholics do that, because he was an alcoholic. So it was one night, he was driving and he was drunk, and I was in the passenger seat, and I was just like, you know what? Can you just like stop drinking? Like, and I was really serious with him. I was just like, just stop drinking. And he was like, all right, I'll make you a deal. I'll stop drinking if you don't get the PlayStation.
What?
And I was like, all right, fine. I'll do that. That's fine. That sounds like a good deal. And like, it's funny because when we got back to to his house, he poured all his beer down the drain and everything, and I was like, I was fine with this. Like,
Yeah.
first of all, he had no idea I was gonna go along with it, probably. I think you're going in circles, but
Possibly.
he had no idea I was gonna be like, yeah. I guess he was like taken aback that I actually was like, yeah, I'm down for that. And so he was like, yeah, okay, I'll do it. So he did. He dumped all the stuff. He stopped drinking, like, immediately, all cold turkey, like, And I was just like, yeah, you're going in circles.
No, I need to get to track 4.
Oh, but anyway,
Well, all I had to do was put my foot on the track and I'm dead.
or at least you know where to go. But anyway,
I was already there like twice.
all right. So, actually, suspense time. Ready for this?
What?
I'm gonna continue this story
Oh, man.
next time on Spankeh.
I can't hold can't hold myself to all this suspense.
I feel like people have caught on, and they're probably gonna finish the story for themselves pretty quickly. But anyway, subscribe if you haven't already. Drop a like, drop a comment, and see you in the next episode.
Bye, guys.